Hey, morning Reefer. So, a couple things happened last night. The first thing is that my Vortech MP40 is offline now, again. I think there's something wrong with the wet side. I tried fixing it last time. There seems to be some kind of shaving on the ceramic disc inside. I removed the shaving, it worked, but not this time. So I just placed an order for the gyri. Figure I'll try something different this round, and it should get here today. Now, the second thing is, like, while I'm dealing with the pump, I removed the top and just kind of left it for a couple of minutes. Next thing I know, the little guy jumped out. Actually, I was trying to find this guy for about, I'll say maybe 5 to 10 minutes. I just did not see him in the tank. I was like, what's going on? And I looked everywhere until I finally went. I even like blamed my dog. I was like, okay, maybe he jumped out and then my dog ate him, because I don't see him in the tank, on the ground, on the sofa, anywhere. Ultimately, I found him under the couch. It's crazy. And by then, he was already dry. I was like, uh-oh. However, I guess like we were both pretty lucky, because like as soon as I put my hand on him, he kind of like moved his body a little bit, even though his scales are dry. So I was like, okay, there's still hope. So once I put him back in the tank, he was just kind of floating around on his side. I'm like, oh man, that's not a good sign. So thinking back, I remember reading up on Asian arowana on like how to get them back into the water and like get them to stop breathing again. I kind of moved the little clown right under the main return, the only water flow I have right now in the main tank, and kind of hope to get some like oxygen-filled water through his gill, and that kind of worked. Slowly he came back around, but now the problem is that the female clown would not leave him alone. She kept rushing and kind of bumping him out of her territory. So once I see that the male clown is coming back to and that he is not dying, I kind of moved him into the sump and just let him rest there, because the water flow was low there and there's nothing bothering him. So he stayed there overnight and he made a full recovery. This morning I found him swimming all over the sump, just kind of like eating pots here and there. So in the cover of the night, I kind of moved him back into the main display. Now here's a strange thing. Once he get back to the main display, the female kind of welcomed him. They swam together and the female let him into her host, which is the frog spawn anemone. Not the frog spawn, the frog spawn coral. And that's where we are right now. Seeing the male and the female finally mingling together is quite a sight, because for the longest time the female would dominate the male, push him away, and that's actually one of the reasons why he jumped. So the broken down MP40, which leads to the male jumping out of the tank, may be blessing in disguise, you know? Maybe the female forgot who he is and kind of giving him a fresh chance. Well, only time will tell, because usually the female is pretty calm when the tank is a little bit darker. But when the light comes on, that's when she gets pretty protective of her territory, which consists of pretty much an entire tank, unfortunately for the male. So I will probably do a follow-up video and see how things go. Cross your fingers for them, please. They look pretty good swimming together though, huh?